people, Ashpenaz. What did he do?
The master of the eunuchs.
Yes.
To bring some of the children of Israel.
Yes.
And some of the king's descendants. And some of the nobles.
Yes.
Young men.
Young men. Africa, I do.
Amen.
Young
men.
So you must be careful with the young men here. Next.
In whom there was no blemish.
In whom there was no blemish. Africa, I do.
Amen.
The king Nebuchadnezzar is king. He's very smart. He's not anyone who can just be king. You must be very smart. He could have chosen any person, but he decided to choose those who are very smart. Africa, I do.
Amen.
Just like Adam and Eve, they were very smart. And the devil came. He said, these are the people who are smart. This is the same with the king. He chose the smart people because he knows that you are smart. Africa, I do.
Amen.
Continue.
But good looking.
Good looking. Very handsome. Not just anyone. Africa, I do.
Amen.
And then?
Gifted in all wisdom. Possessing knowledge and quick to understand.
Africa, I do.
Amen.
Are these not the gifts of God? It is. Knowledge and intelligence. Wisdom. That's the gift of God. And?
Who had ability to serve in the king's palace.
Yes.
And whom they might teach the language and literature of the Chaldeans.
Yes.
And the king appointed for them a daily provision of the king's delicacies.
Africa, I do.
Amen.
Now we are coming back to the food. Now the king appointed a special meal for those type of people. A delicacy, very expensive, luxurious, special food. Africa, I do.
Amen.
But why? Because these children, they were captive. They were like slaves. But all of a sudden, the king is giving good food. What is this? For what reason? If you are slave, if you remember the children of Israel when they were in Egypt, were they eating the good food? No. But all of a sudden, this king is giving the good food. There's a problem here. Continue.
Delicacies and of the wine which he drank. And 3 years of training for them.
Yes.
So that at the end of that time, they might serve before the king. Now, from among those of the sons of Judah were Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. To them, the chief of the eunuchs gave names.
Yes.
He gave Daniel the name Belteshazzar. To Hananiah, Shadrach.
Yes.
To Mishael, Meshach.
Yes.
And to Azariah, Abednego. But Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself.
Africa, I do.
Amen.
Daniel said he will not defile himself because he had the Spirit of God. He knew that how come I am a slave and all of a sudden the supreme chief of the country is giving me his food. He's serving me his food because the food that comes from the king's table is like the king who is serving him himself. Africa, I do.
Amen.
That's not a good thing. This is the same thing that happened in the Garden of Eden. The devil came to Adam and Eve. And what did he do? He served Adam and Eve. He said, here's the fruit. Eat. Africa, I do.
Amen.
This is the same thing that is happening with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. But Daniel said, I'm not going to defile myself because of the food. Africa, I do.
Amen.
The food is not only the food for the dumbu. No. Not for the dumbu, so you have a guru one. No, not that one. The food for the information, meaning whatever that you are going to take in you, you are going to download a virus. And Daniel said, I am not going to defile myself.
Amen.
Why? And what happened to him?
With a portion of the king's delicacies.
Africa, I do.
Amen.
Now, you tell me, when you eat food, what do you have? You have sadza, pap and beef, maybe chicken. And then after that, what do you drink? Maybe water, maybe juice. Africa, I do. This is the table here. This is what Jesus said. This is my flesh. And this is my blood. So the king is giving this meal to them instead of what is holy. And Daniel saw it.